So this demo is on plus and minus SIL, and converting between plus and minus SIL, understanding refractive error behind plus and minus SIL, and measuring in the lensometer. So, and I don't have a lensometer here, so this is just going to touch on that. You all have learned how to convert between the plus SIL and the minus SIL notation of the glasses prescription. You add these algebraically, you flip the sign, you rotate 90 degrees. So pretty straightforward of how to do it, how to convert, but well, what are you really doing? So this demo kind of shows you. This prescription and this prescription are different. These are separate demos, so don't be stuck on those numbers. In this demo, our prescription is a +2, +150, axis 90, or if we flip it to minus SIL, +350, -150, axis 180. And you're familiar with the power cross. The power cross shows at the meridian the amount of power, not the axis, but the power meridian. So in the vertical with this prescription, we have +2 of glasses that this patient needs to be able to see well. They need an extra 2 diopters of plus in the vertical meridian. In the horizontal meridian, in order to see well, this patient needs an extra +350. This is a with the rule patient, our lovely cornea. And a way to think about this is the cornea, the with the rule cornea, is more flat along this meridian, more curved on this meridian. So this patient in this meridian, the cornea is flatter, doesn't give as much plus power as the more strongly curved vertical meridian. So in order for the patient to see well in the horizontal meridian, we need to give them glasses that has more plus power horizontally and not so much more plus power vertically to get that image on the retina. So this meridian wants +350 to put the image on the retina. This meridian wants only a +2 to get the image on the retina. So this is with the rule, and it doesn't matter if we write it in plus SIL or minus SIL, it's still with the rule. In minus SIL, with the rule is axis 180, kind of intuitive when you start thinking about corneas. In plus SIL, with the rule is axis 90. Same cornea, same prescription, different notation. So with the rule can be axis 90 or axis 180. It just depends if you're writing it in plus or minus SIL. So with the power cross, it shows what power is in each meridian. We can create the lens by using loose lenses. If we take a +2 sphere and lay on top of it a +150 axis 90, so I have a +2 here, +2 power in all meridians. Here I have plano power in the vertical because I'm holding it at axis 90. But in the horizontal, I have a +150 because that's what the lens is. If I combine those, just lay them on top of each other and add it up, a +2 plus a nothing equals +2. And a +150 plus a +2 equals a +350. So if I lay those lenses on top of each other and stick them in the lensometer and measure it, I'm going to measure this prescription. And I have created it by taking a +2 sphere and laying upon it a +150 SIL, axis 90. On the other hand, I could take a +350 sphere and a -150 SIL, hold it at axis 180, and here I've got a +350 in both meridians. Here I have plano in axis 180 in the 180 meridian, and I have a -150 in the vertical meridian. If I lay those on top of each other, stick it in the lensometer, I'm going to measure this. Because, of course, math. If you have +350 and you add to it -150, you end up with a +2. And if you have +350 and you add 0, plano, you have the +350. So this is another way, 2 different lenses that you can combine to get this exact same prescription. Both of them are this when you put it on the power cross. But in the plus SIL, you start with a lower sphere power and add plus SIL to it. In the minus SIL, you start with a higher plus power sphere and add minus SIL to it. Pretty straightforward. Now, why do we even have this? Well, glasses, I think the first phoropters were invented in plus SIL. I don't know for sure. I like refracting in plus SIL because nobody takes more plus than they want. So they don't take more plus SIL than they want. Young people take more minus than they really ought to, and they take more minus SIL than they ought to. So I like refracting in plus SIL, but it turns out when you manufacture a pair of glasses in plus SIL, the SIL is ground on the front of the lens, and people didn't adapt very well to that. And the jewelers who turned into the optometrists, or the ones who were manufacturing the glasses, figured out that if they ground the SIL on the inside of the lens, the patients could adapt better. And that is minus SIL. And so optometry gradually started using minus SIL phoropters because we're going to make the glasses. We didn't want to do math. So we just switched to a minus SIL phoropter. And then ophthalmology didn't make the glasses. They did the prescriptions traditionally. And so they stuck with the plus SIL phoropter and then let the opticians and the optometrists do the math when they made the glasses. So that's why we have plus SIL and minus SIL. And of course, when you're looking at the phoropter, look at the little SIL well color. If the numbers in there are black, it is a plus SIL phoropter. If the little letters in there are red, it is a minus SIL phoropter. And if you think you're refracting with one and you're refracting with the other, you'll get all bungled. Now, this bottom one is just a academic mind experiment of yet another way to create this exact same prescription. We're going to end up with the same power cross, but this time we're going to combine a +2 SIL lens axis 180 and a +350 SIL lens held at axis 90. And when we hold this up, we're going to have +2 in that meridian, nothing there. Here, holding it at the correct orientation, we have nothing there but +350 here. When we place them one on top of the other and measure in the lensometer, it's going to read this same thing that they all do, because +2 plus nothing equals +2, and +350 plus 0 equals 350. So if you wanted to create this prescription, 3 ways to create, using 2 lenses only, 3 ways to create this exact same power. You put this in front of a patient with the loose lenses, and they will see equally well with any of them. There won't be any difference. And then in lensometry, we'll teach you lensometry in person. Can't do it with a video like this, but always start with the skinny lines. So put whatever you're measuring in the lensometer, fiddle with stuff, we'll show you how, until the skinny lines are in focus. And then turn the knob to find out which direction you have to go, plus or minus, to get the fat lines in focus. And if you turn, once the skinny lines are in focus, if you have to turn more plus to get the fat ones in focus, you are measuring in plus SIL. If you have to turn more minus to get the fat lines in focus, you are going to end up measuring in minus SIL. And if you get started doing one and you really meant to do the other, it's just as simple as rotating the axis knob 90 degrees to change that, and we'll teach you all of that. So this is the secret behind plus and minus SIL and what's really going on with it.